baby, you hardly even know when I try to show. Song is meant to keep you doing what you're supposed. Waking up too early, maybe we can see. Make you banana till I guess the weekend back. That girl is a real proud piece. Small world, all the friends know me. Young boy living like an old king. Release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Waking up too early, maybe we can sleep. Make you banana till I guess the weekend back. So many years, it's pretty. Look. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk, like they got something to say. But nothing comes out when they move their lips. Too much gibberish, motherfuckers laughing, got it all great. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk, like they got something to say. But nothing comes out when they move their lips. Too much gibberish, motherfuckers laughing, got it all great. What do you say to somebody you hate? When you wanna try to bring trouble your way? One of it's all things on the blood of your way. Just study your tape and bend down your way. One day I was walking by with a walking on. When I walked out, they get off with I. She looked at the mark in the parking lot. It's talking out. College educated, she graduated. Didn't feel she came from her parents paid it. The show was fun. You the only one with a car, show girlfriends. But being that she's a big fan of course she made it. Most girls wanna hide the fact that the thrill they chasing. But you just wanna get drunk tonight and fuck someone famous. So I just made my time in the place and you came for it. Now you playing hotel room, meet you there. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. So darling, no. Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like Baby girl, you know what I want. Let me do it to you, do it to you. Let me do you like So darling, no, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Do you still want me? Can I be honest? I still want your hands up on my body. You still make my heart beat fast, Ferrari. With me in the wave, not in the morning. Do you still want me? All right, I cannot see who's on, so if you're on, just put your name in the little chat box down there, so I can say hey, see what questions I have. Hey, Shelly. Appreciate the help of making sure this works.
Where's Addie? It's Sunday night. I have no clue where Addie is. Not that I know where she is any other night of the week. Um, I would imagine she's probably hanging out with her kiddo. Surprise. I'm assuming you mean guest. Tonight, there's not going to be any surprise guest tonight. Like I said, here in a little bit, I'll advise what the two guests that I have this week. Um, Kind of excited about both of them. Like I said, hopefully everything works out and I get them both on. Um, I don't know why my head looks like it's that shiny. It's really not. I do hope to have her on one of my episodes. Talk to her about it. Um, it may be something that we do. Um, so fingers crossed. Um, so this week I got two sessions that I'm going to be recording. And hopefully getting them pushed out same day. Um, Tomorrow, hey Carrie, how are you doing? Tomorrow, not sure if y'all remember from the original Live PD, James Craigmile, K9 handler. But I'll be having conversation with him tomorrow. We'll be recording it and putting that up. Hopefully tomorrow evening it'll be up. Um, and then Thursday, if we can make it work, um, we'll be doing an interview with one of the guys from Volusia County. So like I said, hopefully everything works out with our jobs. There's always something that could pop up. So I don't want to say definitely, but I'll talk to Craig Mile and that one should be set good for tomorrow. So, Carrie, I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well. I'm also playing around with this whole live thing. Apparently, I've got a soundboard. Shirley, I agree. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get him on here and have a conversation with him. One, just being that he's a canine handler, and now he's got his canine training business. Interested to see what I can pick his brain for. But I mean, I love the way that he policed out there. So Um, any chance I get to pick somebody's brain about policing, it's an ever changing thing in our line of work. So I've got it shows me that there's four people in here. It does not tell me who those four people are. So if you don't comment, then I have no clue who's in here. Bev, I'm a Braves fan. I would prefer not to talk about the Astros. I do not like the Astros. Like probably 90% of the people who aren't Astros fans. They're a good team. Probably one of the reasons why I don't like them, but I don't think they're going to win everything you may think they're going to win this year. Let's see what I didn't pay attention to them today. I was too busy watching my Vikings do whatever they call that. No, they haven't even played today. Your Astros are 1-0 in the playoffs. Still long. Still a lot of games left. I assume being from Boston that you like everything Boston carry. Patriots, Bruins, Celtics, Red Sox. Which if that's true, I'll give you the Red Sox. I do like the Red Sox. Why do I keep canines separate from my own? Um, it depends. I didn't always. I did with Kane just because Kane was a little ornery, so and he was big. Um, so I always wondered if he got around if he ever snapped at one of mine, then that maybe he might hurt him or whatnot. I don't know when you put a pit bull and a Malinois in a little ring together. I don't know who would come out ahead of that one, but I didn't want to find out. But with my second one, when I had Cairo stayed in the house. He was around all of my animals. He was a lot more gentle around the house. So, like I said, it's not a always or never type situation. I think it depends on the dog. I think it depends on how comfortable you feel with the dog. But some people, some of the guys that I know, their dogs stay separated from I guess their pets and their family, and then some of them, the dogs are completely integrated in with their pets and family. So it's hit or miss. Shelly, no ma'am, no. I can tell you where the pins can go, but I'm not going to say that. Uh, 70 and windy. I think it was in the 70s here today. It felt good for what little bit of time I went outside today. I mean, you could say the same thing for the Caps. Probably shouldn't, but you could. It's been good weather here a lot lately. Let me look at the weather, make sure I didn't just jinx that. But yeah, I said it was 75 and 75 degrees outside today, but like I said, I'll believe it. Need some snow when we get it. No, I like snow for like a day. Um, that's about it. After a couple hours of playing in the snow, it gets old. I did enjoy 2 years ago when it snowed. That was the first time that it was the only time that it had snowed while I was a canine handler. So I enjoyed playing with Kane in the snow. He did not enjoy it as much as I did. Um, no, I won't like Boston winters. I am not a cold weather person, but I do like snowboarding. So, but then as soon as I'm done, I get off the mountain, I'm like put me in the heat. I'm over it at that point. How many Stanley Cups does who have? Talking about the Caps? At least one. At least one, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching that one. So there's a couple more people on. So I'll say it again. So this week, I've got two um, podcasts scheduled. My two guests this week um, are going to be James Craig Mile. Some of you may remember him from the live PD days. We'll be doing doing a podcast talking about where he's at, what he's up to these days. I'll be picking his brain um, about just random canine stuff, seeing what I can pick up from him. And then Thursday, like I said, if everything goes well, um, have one of the guys from Volusia County, Jake Bissonette. I think I'm saying that right. I don't want to say it wrong and then him get mad at me. But Jake Bissonette from Volusia County, be talking with him Thursday, and like I said, hopefully if I get everything going well, then I should have both of those posted this week for y'all to listen to. Hopefully everything works out. So, and I've got others that that I've talked to that have said that they would be on. Just got to get those worked out, details and stuff. Um, if I can get Danny Brown, I will have him on. Um, like I said, it just depends on his schedule. I know that him and Addie and a couple of the others are um, always doing something, be it for work, um, home life, the show. They're always they're always running around. So like I said, I'm lucky enough that a couple days that I get um, when I get Bryce on or when I get Perkins on. Like I said, it's I'm a little spoiled with that just because being friends and everything, I play that card as much as I can. But like I said, they're all very busy people. Um, let's see, I saw something about Perkins earlier. How Perkins and the movie were doing. They were doing great last time I talked to them. Like I said, I may have him jump on one of these days. Um, kind of give a little update on it if he wants to share that information. But like I said, he's a changed man as a father, so it'll do that to you. So I know y'all want to see some of the more highly named people like Danny and Addie on the podcast. I probably won't do live stuff with them. Just I don't know with the department and stuff like that how they deal with doing live interviews with Q&As and stuff like that without actually having to run it through the department. So like I said, even doing the little podcast and stuff, I'm not sure what the policy is. So like I said, I got to make sure that I do everything through through their policies and stuff like that. I don't want to get anybody in trouble over simple conversations and stuff like that. Anyone from Tulsa? I don't have any connections with Tulsa, but I'm up for interviewing anybody, just having conversations with anybody. Like I said, it doesn't have to be law enforcement. Can be first responders, military, spouses of first responders and military. Like I said, I like getting into conversations, having points of view about what's going on in the world, locally, nationally, internationally, from different people. So, but I think interview wise, I um, try to stick around that person's trade or craft or whatever. So, what's the other canine guy evolution? I'm not 100% sure. Um, I know at some point I would like to um, get one of the people from Berkeley. Got a couple connections there, so we'll see. Reached out to a couple people. Um, we'll see. Um, how often am I going to do these? You speaking about the podcast or the live sessions? Podcast, I'd like to try to do at least one a week. Um, um, I'd ultimately like to do two a week, but one a week would be is kind of my goal right now. Lives, I don't know. It just depends on how it goes. I don't want to do too many of them just because then you got you eventually stop. You run out of questions. So those kind of keep the lives going. Kind of once the questions die off, it's pretty much the whole thing kind of dies off at that point. So we'll see. As long as the interest is there, I'll try to keep going. But thoughts on Bryce's co-hosting on only count of three ums. I'll be honest with you. I probably say more than she does. I don't think she says it that much. I think that one show somebody called it and posted it, and I just ran with it, mostly just to aggravate her. Um, but I thought she did really well. I think I think she may have a career in being on live TV. Y'all make sure to tell her that too. She loves hearing that. Carrie said, I did that last video. I don't know what that means. Try that one more time. I did that last video. I agree. She did an excellent job. she gets nervous about stuff like that, but she's a natural when it comes to talking to people, especially about law enforcement stuff. She knows what she's talking about. Oh yeah, you ran out of questions. Yeah, you were supporting that whole thing by yourself for a while too, and I do appreciate that. Um, but I also did two. I think that was the day that I did two of them. The one with Perkins and the one with Bryce. So it's a lot of questions when you do two of them. What Let me ask you this: what would y'all like to see on the podcast? Anybody in particular? Any topics that y'all want to see covered? Y'all let me know. I said I'm just doing it for fun. Did I beat her at Monopoly yet? Who, Bryce? Oh, I spent the entire time she was on set, um, just destroying her Monopoly, just because I knew she couldn't stop it at that point. Um, I am ahead of her on Monopoly. I am ahead of her on Monopoly. What made me get into police work? Um, it, I tell everyone that I had two uncles that were in that worked for the highway patrol out here, um, and they kind of always had their act together. Um, Kind of made it something that I was interested in. And I guess at some point I decided, it's time to grow up and get a real job. So I started taking classes at a local tech college. Got a job dispatching for our game wardens out here, and then kind of weaseled my way into a small town department, and from there jumped into Richland. Worked at Richland for a while, and then just recently left to go to Fairfield County, which is a smaller county employee wise, but it's about the same size geographically as Richland. It's a lot more country um, out there than cities. How did Price is Right? Um, I managed to get it on the trending list both nights, and I say that, but I didn't really do it. I mean, it was just everybody using it. Like I said, the second night was just Bryce said that she didn't think it would do it the second night. Um, but turns out Bryce isn't right. Can you talk about the history of your department? How long it's been around? Um, I can look some of that up. I've only been with my current department for 7 weeks. I think this is 7 weeks now. Um, it's a small department. It's got about 50 people in the department, certified wise. You got admin staff and stuff like that. So, um, but it's so far I love it out there. It's a great department. My sheriff's a good guy. Um, my chief is very personable. And then everybody from my captain down to the lowest level people. Um, Everybody talks to each other. Everybody jokes with each other. It's a close knit department, which not to say other ones aren't, but it's a little different when you have a smaller department. You see everybody all the time, um, but I know the county itself. I think the last census thing said it was like 15,000 people total, 700 something square miles. Um, Most of those 15,000 people live in the central town out there. I said most of it's country roads. I would say most everybody out there knows everybody. So if something happens, somebody knows about it. Um, and then it is a little bit of a haul from one side of the county to the other if you're responding to calls. Favorite top 5 Halloween candy? That's a tough one. I would say probably any of the little candy bars, Twix, um, Kit Kats, Hershey's. Um, I would put all them in as one candy. Um, I'm a fan of the sour candies, but I don't eat too much candy. Um, see, that's two. So you got the sour straws, the candy bars, um, bubble gum. I'm not a big Tootsie Rolls fan. I think I ate so many of them as a kid. Um, the I think the blow pops are always a thing, always a favorite. And then let's see, I got one more. I'm cheap, so it's all free. So I typically stay with whatever's given. But like I said, I don't. I'm not a big candy person. Um, do you want plan on being a canine handler again? I do want to. I do plan on it. I there my agency is um, doesn't have canine yet. Um, they're working on it. Which hopefully, if we get the program up and running, hopefully I'll run a dog for them. I would absolutely love to do that, but it's I think it's something if you really love doing it, it's hard just to give up. But there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of work. Takes up a lot of extra time than just being a deputy. So it's not for everybody. A lot of people get into it and say, well, I like dogs, and that's almost irrelevant in the canine world. You'll I don't know how you could run a dog and not love the dog that you run, but um, I think if it's in you, you got it, then you know you always want to do it. Um, no, I don't know who. There's got to be only like 5 people in the entire world that keep candy corn in business. Like I don't. I don't know when there's like one person that I know that gets excited about candy corn. I have blue lights and support the police. Does that really mean anything to you guys? Um, it. I'm assuming you're talking about like on the like outside of your house. There's a guy in my neighborhood that got him. Haven't talked to him. I'm assuming that it's just a that's just a pro law enforcement thing. At least that's how I look at it. It definitely means something to me. Like I always appreciate support as far as the career choice and um, it's like I said, I can't speak for everybody on that, but I do. I appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. Um, I mean, it's something that it's a reminder when you see it time to time. Even just the little stickers on the cars, the blue lights outside the house. The when we're sitting out eating and people come up and just say, thank you and stuff like that. I mean, it's a reminder. Like I said, it's small for you might think it's small for most people, but it means a lot to some of us. So, um, gummy bears. I have a love hate relationship with gummy bears. Like I like them, but I think once I start eating them, I realize I don't actually like them that much. Um, I used to get them on top of ice cream all the time, and then it just made them harder. I don't know. I didn't always like that. Craig Miles, the guy. I love America's Top Dog. I agree. Like I said, I'm excited about this one. Like I said, I am very excited to pick his brain on canines. Talk to him about how long he's been in it, what he advice he can give, um, and then just seeing what's going on with him since the show. But like I said, hopefully it'll be entertaining and you guys will like it. Um, like I said, I don't ever script anything. I kind of let everything just kind of flow wherever it goes. I don't do any editing to the videos. Only editing I do is um, the first couple minutes where it's just me and the guest talking. I might edit that out until I actually start the podcast, and then at the end, once I end the podcast, I'll cut everything after that. Just because that's usually just you know side conversations. But like I said, I don't edit, I don't cut, splice, or do anything like that. It is what it is. Um, I will say that I did record. I had an interview that I did with somebody, and then my computer had screwed up. So when I actually hit record, that program actually froze. So the almost 50-minute interview that I did came out to a 1 second recording. And like I said, since it's not scripted or anything, it's not something that I can go back and redo. Um, so I'll let y'all know when I re-interview that person that's who it was. Um, it's aggravating though because this is all new to me, so I'm working, just getting into it, just because I enjoy doing it. But yeah, it can be aggravating sometimes. Yeah, I mean I think in some places it's probably worse than it is here, Shelly. I think for the most part, I get more people that that support us than don't. I don't think I've ever had somebody just come up and just instantly just start shit talking. But like I said, all the time, I got people. Hold on one second. Hey, I'm doing a live right now. You want me to call you back afterwards? Are you home? I don't know. How long do you need before? It's Bryce, by the way. Um, I don't know. I'll call you back when I get off. It shouldn't be that long. All right, well. So, um, yeah, I know everyone was probably thinking he's just gonna up and take a phone call in the middle of this. Um, my hope. So yeah, what's the biggest bust you ever had? If you're talking about drugs, um, without a dog, it was 2 pounds of marijuana. Um, with a dog, I want to say it was. I want to say it was like an ounce of fentanyl, maybe, or heroin, whatever it tested for. But I think it came back as fentanyl. Um, we'd love to bring in Alec. What's there? So I've actually thought about trying to get one of the camera guys or producers from the show on. The problem is they got contracts and stuff that they sign that are that kind of prohibit a lot of stuff like that. A lot of them, even if you look at their social media, um, you don't know that they're on the shows until the shows are over. Um, but like I said, I got several of the guys um, and women that are on the show, behind the scenes producers, um, the camera guys. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm friends with several of them, and I would love to have them on. I think it would be very entertaining for the most part. But there's a couple of them. I'm gonna say that there's for the most part, like they're all like really good people. Especially the people that Richland has had from the very beginning up until now. Just really good people. Um, and I think for the most part, like I think it's actually a shame a lot of them are behind the scenes and stuff like that because they're such good people that I think they would be that I think most of y'all would love to meet them and stuff like that. So have I ever had to taser or pepper spray anyone? So I've never pepper sprayed anyone. I've tased people, yes. Pepper spray is kind of one of those things where you no matter what the situation is, if you pepper spray someone, you're gonna catch some of it as well, and it's not fun. But also, most agencies when you use pepper spray, um, you got to write down who got hit with the pepper spray, and unless it's like a big crowd or something like that, I don't I don't know. I have not pepper sprayed anyone. Yeah, I definitely think that there's been a shift in law enforcement interactions with youth just since I started. Um, I've been doing this for 11 years. I think when I first started, um, I mean, it wasn't at all what it is now with kids. I think now there's more kids that are doing things. But like I said, most kids nowadays realize that there's the juvenile system. There's not much to it unless they're committing the serious crimes. I mean, the shopliftings, stuff like that. They get slapped on the wrist. A lot of times they don't get housed for stuff like that. So, um, and they know it. Um, but I've said before in one of my lives that um, there are. It just takes one. It takes one that you can connect with and change to make it all worth it. And I'm fortunate enough to have at least the one kid that you know changed his whole life around. And it wasn't just me. There were several people from my department at that time that took interest in him, that were there for him when he'd call and want to talk, or when he'd go do something, show up and support him in athletics and stuff like that. Like I said, it wasn't just me, but I do keep in touch with him, and I mean, he's the reason that I think you can't give up on him, but do the stop sticks really work well in stopping cars? Oh yeah, absolutely. If even just one tire, if you can get one tire, um, then they flatten, all the air goes out, and then they're running rim to rubber. Eventually, the rubber flies off, and they're on a rim. It it prevents a lot of the quick turns and stuff like that, and a lot of the high speeds. The more tires you get, obviously, the better it is. But I mean, it's not necessarily gonna prevent them from running. I've seen cars that had all four tires get hit with stop sticks and ended up riding on four rims. They're still driving, doing whatever it is that they need to do to get away. But it's definitely an asset to ending pursuits. Um, my kids are more afraid of me than police. I never put up with disrespect. I Bev, I think that's probably one of the biggest issues now is um, the disrespect just kind of goes everywhere. There's no limit to it. But it's not something that can't be changed. So um, I think the day that everyone just says to hell with it is the day that we've lost on that front. Um, have I ever used stop sticks? Yes. Yes, stop sticks are fun. Um, I think there's a lot of chases where it's funner to get up ahead of it and throw the stop sticks than it is to be in the chase. I said after a while you get into them. The longer the chase goes, like the first several minutes of a chase are fun. Um, but if you're in a chase for like 20 minutes or so, at some point you're just like, oh, I really want this thing to end. This is getting boring. So stop sticks are fun. Show and tell the meaning of the tats. I've got, I want to say 13 or 14 um, different ones. I'll show you my last two. So that one, let's see. That one is a Viking. Um, it's just kind of like I've always been interested in the not necessarily the Minnesota Vikings, but the Vikings from back in the day. They just the mindset of them. It was you'd go off. They'd go off to war. They'd fight. They weren't afraid to die. Um, and when they came back home, it was family and fun. Um, I've just always been intrigued by that. And then that one, that one's one of my favorite. It's a lighthouse. Um, it's just kind of a reminder that even in the roughest storm, there's always a light to guide you. So look to the light. Um, that's just kind of my thing for it. I think I've got a great tattoo artist in my opinion. So he's done, I think, 8 of my tattoos. How long does the chase last before you call it off? I don't think there's any agency that has a time frame for a chase. Most of it is it's either called off for safety, be it officer safety or safety of the public. if it's too dangerous, the road conditions are too bad, if the driving habits of the offender become so erratic from the chase that it's just not safe for other people. Like I said, you always got to put, you know, safety of the of citizens first on it. But it also depends on what you're chasing it for. Um, so I mean, there's many reasons to call off a chase. If the officer that's chasing um, doesn't can't tell you where they are, it's a safety issue at that point. You know, that at that point it can be called off. Speeds. If the officer chasing doesn't feel comfortable continuing it, you know, for their safety, you know, they can call it off. There's so many reasons to call up a chase. Sometimes it sucks as the deputy or officer that's leading the chase to be called off. Um, but I think the older you get and the longer you're in the this career, I think you kind of understand a lot more of them. I do agree, Bev. I think most tattoos tell a story, even if it's just what that person was going through in their life. I think most people, even with like hundreds of tattoos, people can still tell you something about each one, what each one of them means. All my tattoos have a meaning. Um, so, two tattoos. People don't believe me have a small spooky heart. Um, yeah, I think there's a lot of people that probably have tattoos that people don't know about. Like I said, for me, my tattoos aren't for other people. They're for me. So I think I think tattoos are very addictive. But like I said, I'm not. I don't just go out and get them. They all have a meaning. Um, but yeah. So just one more time. Like I said, we've got two podcasts that I'm recording this week. Um, hopefully, like I said, if everything goes right, should be one tomorrow with James Craig Mile, and I've got one set up for Thursday with Jake Bissonette from Volusia County. So I said hopefully everything goes as planned, and I get both of those recorded this week and put up for y'all to listen. Um, like I said, if there's anybody that you know that y'all really want to hear from, I'll see what I can do about getting them on. Um, like I said, a lot of agencies have may have policies and stuff about doing interviews or recording podcasts and stuff like that. So it might not be as easy to get some people on, but like it's not gonna stop me from trying. Um, so I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for fun. So you know, any chance I get to talk to somebody um, and see what they have advice wise, even from the guys that are been in it for a week to the guys that have been in it for 50 years. Everybody's got something to offer. Um, so love to see fast. uh, I don't. I think Chris is very much enjoying not being in the limelight anymore. So he's enjoying his family and continuing to do what he does at work. So, but I'm gonna hop off. Like I said, I'll hopefully if everything goes well tomorrow, I'll have an episode up tomorrow. Um, Who would win at arm wrestling, you or Danny? I'm assuming you meant Garrett. I would lose to both of them. That's not even a question. I would be happy if I could move Garrett's arm like a half inch. Um, Danny's probably stronger than most of y'all think. So, but yeah, I would lose to both of them. Um, I wouldn't mind interviewing Stu. Um, like I said, it's just I don't have connections everywhere. I use what I have. I try to network as much as I can, just because it's never a bad thing to know a lot of people. But like I said, I'm always trying to get new people, new insights on things. So, but y'all have a great night, and talk to y'all later.